Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Friday night. We have big news that has come out on a Friday, of course. Funny how that happens, especially when it's financial related. We have what could be the beginning of a financial contagion, where one domino falls and it starts to affect and just roll into all the other dominoes and they could fall. Now, we have a big bank collapse failure that culminated today. Go over that a bit with you. Also, I'm going to share a very good passage, a good verse that is very encouraging and uplifting. I'll get to that. First, real quick, Mrs. Dawg has started a channel, and it's called Mrs. Dawg. I'm going to put a link in the comments, so when you have a chance, please go ahead and check that out and go ahead and subscribe. And that is going to be a couple of different things. It's going to be primarily gardening. It doesn't mean that I won't post something gardening. I could do that at times, but it's going to be more for her to do inside, outdoor, year-round gardening. It also could contain some things, other things that she does, especially that is more homestead and preservation, restoration, some of her skills like sewing, furniture restoration, reupholstering. She does a lot. She sews, she makes curtains. I mean, she does a lot of stuff. So that is going to be her thing. And you'll see more content posted on that pretty soon. She may not post she probably won't post as much as I do or as often, like every day, but it'll be good. I appreciate it. Okay, back to this. We had a situation out. Silicon Valley Bank is pretty much bust. It's gone. U.S. bank regulators today seized it, shut it down. This is a big collapse. This happened in just 48 hours, y'all. The Dow, as a result, the Dow closed 300 points lower today on a Friday. This is the second biggest bank collapse in U.S. history, and it happened fast. This started late Wednesday when investors were told or asked that the bank needed $2.25 billion to shore up their balance sheet. Well, this induced fear and a bank run, understandably. So said that customers withdrew $42 billion in deposits by the end of Thursday. So this was like shouting fire in a movie house, y'all. So now the remaining customers that they face an uncertain timeline for retrieving their money. That is something, and it really set off a panic for customers there, and I understand. And again, this culminated on a Friday. So that's interesting. But yes, regulators shut it down. They seized the deposits. Largest bank failure since 2008. Now, the ramifications could be far-reaching. It could affect small firms and make them unable to pay their employees. This could start, is this going to start a domino effect? It's going to spread. Is this the beginning of a financial contagion where it just spreads out the system throughout? We have a weekend here to go. This news has come out. People are going to be talking about it. They already are. What does this mean for the average person? Now, I'm not a financial expert. I'm not a banking expert. I am looking at this and reporting on this as a layman, as a regular guy, a Georgia redneck, a preparedness person, So my first reaction is, my first question is, what do we need to know as just the regular Joe here? Do we need to start taking our money out? Do we need to start taking their cash out? And I think a lot of people will be asking themselves that, and so are we going to see a general bank on the run, a run on the banks, now are we going to see that throughout? And Monday could be very interesting, Also, if we start hearing about limits, limits on deposits, especially smaller and smaller amounts, that I would think would really put people in orbit and really panic. And they'll go run and just and wipe it out. We could even see run on stores, okay? Because this could affect a lot of things. All right. That's my layman's point of view. So another angle to this, people are talking about, this could be, looking ahead, it could happen quick, but this could be used as a way to speed up, to fast forward the good old CBDC, central bank digital currency. They're trying to push it. They've been really, setting the table for that. This would be a perfect opportunity for them to come in and say, hey, you don't need to worry about going and grabbing your cash if you got this digital dollar, Convenience. Millions will love it, but they know not what they do. They do not realize what lays ahead, in my opinion. Is it time to panic? I don't know. I don't think so. This is something we should keep our eyes on. Is it time to just pull out all your money right now, dog? I'm not right now. I mean, yes, you want to get out a little more cash, have a little more cash on hand, but I would at least leave in enough, at least right now, to cover bills, what you pay out, electronically on bills and such. That's just my personal, again, I'm not a financial expert, but that's just what we're doing right at the moment. Now, fluid situation, that's why I say we need to keep an eye on this. That could change. Okay. That is my assessment right now, just from an average dude. Share your thoughts, share what you think about all this. It's complex. It's a lot of this sounds a bit like what the things I kind of heard back in 2008 when we went through the Great Recession. Are we seeing the beginnings of this like we've seen this story before? It sure looks like it. That was a tough one back then, if you remember. So most of you probably do remember that. All right, I have a excellent. They're all really good, of course, but this is an uplifting one, I believe. It's a challenge, too. It's a challenge to us and our faith. But this is from the book of Romans. Romans chapter 12, verse 12 says, rejoice in hope. Be patient in tribulation. Be constant in prayer. So, amen. And rejoice in hope. We should. And be hopeful that, that we know God has us and has us at the end, all throughout, really. And definitely has us in the end. Be patient in tribulation. We know the hard tests are coming. We've already been through some, right? And we know more are coming and they could get worse. And they probably would. It is written that they will. So we know we have to go through it. Let's be patient through it and know what lays ahead for us. So and be constant in prayer. And I think a lot of people just kind of overlook that. I'm guilty of that at times. Think about how often Jesus prayed. How many times he just went off and prayed for many times, for long periods of time as well. And that's kind of the, talk about setting an example, to follow. So again, pray, prioritize, plan. It's all preparation too. So let's take care of our homes, our families, and be helpful. Let's be supportive. Let's be careful out there. We'll keep watching this story here that I was talking about. If things break, other things, I will come on as well. But enjoy, go about your life, do the things, okay? God bless you. I'll see you soon.